Before I say anything, I cannot believe that we got you all in here and seated at 6 o'clock on the dot. Give yourselves a round of applause. That was awesome. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Brennan, the principal of East Islip Middle School, and it's my privilege to welcome you all to the moving up ceremony for the class of 2026. Before we begin, I'd like to make some thank yous to some special guests who are in attendance this evening. We have our superintendent, Mr. Dolan, our assistant superintendents, Mr. Manzo and Dr. Bells. Our directors, Mr. Stanton is here. Thank you, Mr. Stanton. From the Board of Education, we have Mr. Dorgan and Mr. Ruland. Thank you for attending. And from the Cleary School, we have Ms. Hurley and Ms. Becca Santa. Thank you all for joining us to celebrate this exciting milestone for our students. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you. I do have some more thank yous to make. An evening like this does not just come together on its own. It's a lot of hard work by a lot of people. Mr. Gonzalez and the high school custodial crew, thank you for getting this venue ready for us. Ms. Henderson and Ms. Huther, thank you for your support in getting this off the ground, which includes the after party. And lastly, and most importantly, my secretary, Ms. Walsh, my amazing assistant principals, Mr. Thorley and Mr. Seifert, and our incredible guidance office secretaries, Ms. Smith and Ms. Seeley. Yes, please. You all do an amazing job of making things look easy, and I thank you for your support in making tonight possible. Again, welcome, family, friends, special guests, and of course our 8th graders who tonight officially become the class of 2026. Welcome to the moving up ceremony. Sure. We're having a live stream here, so hoot and holler away. Students, although not the magnitude of a high school graduation, moving up is still an important accomplishment in your life's journey, one that deserves recognition. So tonight we're here to celebrate the fact that you will no longer be stuck in the middle. It's an oldie but a goodie. For anyone with older children who may have heard me speak at graduation, you know that my speeches always focus on character as a benchmark for true success. And although I hold true to that belief, this speech will have a different message because for now, your children are only leaving the middle school. They're not leaving your homes and heading off to college. We still have time with them under our wing to prepare them for life's major journey. So tonight I will focus on my thoughts on what it takes to be a successful high school student. That said, future freshmen, this is my 2 cents. I suspect that you're leaving the middle school a bit timid and a lot more confident, but anxious about what lies ahead. After all, as 8th graders, you are big fish in a small pond. In September, you are back to being little fish in a big pond. But here's the good news. You will be all right. From the guy who was the principal of the high school for 9 years, I can promise you this. The rumors you've heard about Freshman Friday are false. There is no such thing. Most importantly, during the 24 years I worked in high schools, no one was ever stuffed into a locker, I swear. These are nothing more than urban legends, so please don't sweat it. Nevertheless, moving up is a big transition because the rigor of high school is very real. You will need to hit the ground running because in high school, there is no time to waste. Every class is credit bearing. From day one, you need to be focused and prepared to work so you do not fall behind. But that said, the keys to success at the high school are really no different than the keys to success at the middle school. Get involved, be polite and respectful, and be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. Another tip I've been sharing with students for as long as I can remember, and I believe I said it to you when you were 6th graders, is to attend extra help. Whether you need that extra help or not, extra help is a great opportunity to get to know your teachers while showing them you care about your studies. I promise that's good advice for success. Teachers will always give you the benefit of the doubt when they see that you're committed to your studies. Just as these last 3 years have flown by, the next 4 will go by just as quick. Before you know it, you'll be looking at colleges and planning out the next chapter of your life. However, as exciting as that sounds, don't wish your life away. High school can and should be a fun and rewarding experience if you make the choice to cash in on all the opportunities the high school provides. Join a sport or a club, try out for the musical, go to games and performances with friends, get involved, have school spirit, and make a difference. If you make the choice to embrace high school and all it has to offer, I promise that the next 4 years will be awesome. So that's it. Short, sweet, and simple. Remember, life is what you make it. Work hard and make your life great. Congratulations. I would now like to invite Mr. Croto to the podium, who will present the Rocky Gilmore Award. Mr. Croto? All right, we're going to skip that for a moment because Mr. Croto's running late. It happens. So I'm going to invite Ms. Schlott to the podium to present the Alan Shedd Award for Outstanding Citizenship. Ms. Schlott?
Ooh, I got bumped up to first. Very exciting. Good evening, everybody. I came prepared. I have my glasses this time so I can actually read. All right, so I'd like to congratulate Kaylin Tall and Landon Sambo for being recipients of the Alan Shedd Award for Citizenship. Alan Shedd was a well-respected 8th grade student who lost his life in 1975. Alan Shedd was a student that demonstrated outstanding citizenship while at the then Islip Terrace Junior High School. Alan was athletic, a talented artist, musician, and honor roll student, both which Kaylin and Landon are as well. Kaylin and Landon are very well deserving of this award. They exemplify outstanding citizenship and are active members of the East Islip Middle School community. But what separates them from others? Many times in class, and those of you that sit in my class know, I like to ask you to do things in one word. Describe something in one word for me. I try to come up with one word that could be both for Kaylin and Landon. And character is one of them. They both have amazing character, but that wasn't the word I was looking for. The word I was looking for is advocate. They are amazing advocates, not just for themselves, but for others as well. They advocate for people beyond themselves. If I give too much homework one night, they may say, "Hey, Ms. Schlott, that's a little bit much. Maybe we could tone it down a little bit." But for the most thing, it is very important not only to have good character, be a good citizen, but be able to stand up and advocate for those who cannot. I think of Maya Angelou, who said, "I learned a long time ago, the wisest thing I can do is to be on my own side and be an advocate for myself and others like me." It didn't matter who I spoke to, what teacher, what class, when I asked about Kaylin or Landon, they all said the same thing. They advocate for themselves and others. They were very eager to tell me that they could write an email or send something, a little note, to help make the community a better place. They are both positive role models within the East Islip Middle School community, and I know they will do that here and beyond. These two will continue to be role models and advocate for others throughout their lives, which leads me to the last person I think of, which is Martin Luther King Jr. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. I challenge all of you here, all of you graduates of the middle school, to advocate for yourself in high school. Be your best cheerleader, and then also advocate for others. Make the East Islip School community one that you will be proud of, that I am as well. Thank you. And Kaylin and Landon. Wherever, oh, they're all the way in the back.
Thank you, Ms. Schlott. Jeez, that's loud. Congratulations, Kaylin and Landy, great job. At this time, I'm going to invite our superintendent, Mr. Dolan, to the podium to share his thoughts with our students. Mr. Dolan.
Thank you very much. How about a nice round of applause for Mr. Brown? Ladies and gentlemen, to the class of just about 2026, congratulations, you've worked hard. You know, you hear us talk a lot about EI pride, and Dr. Clyde Payne was the one who coined the phrase back in the 90s, and when I spoke to Dr. Payne, all he said to me was, work hard, be proud of your accomplishments, but be even prouder of those you help. And that's what EI Pride is all about. And I stand here before you, and Mr. Brennan and Mrs. Slott did really nice jobs in speaking. But they kept alluding to one thing that is in your power, and that is choice. At your age, you're now stepping across the street into the high school, but you're taking more steps toward adulthood. And you're going to have some very, very important choices to make. But I hear this all the time. People say, why do you go to school? And middle school is a place you go to begin to make certain choices for the first time. Now you have all earned the right to walk across the street, hold your head high, and be the class of 2026. But you've all made choices. There were nights maybe you studied, there were nights that you should have studied and you didn't. But it really is up to you. You have to make the choice to be successful. You have to be prepared to make choices, take responsibility for those choices, and quite frankly, if the choice isn't exactly the best choice in the world, make the adjustments necessary. I learned something, and it made me a much better father. Hopefully it made me a better principal when I was a principal and a better superintendent. My very first year, this was 20 years ago as a principal, I asked a young man who had gotten himself into a little bit of trouble. I said, Frankie, I said, what do you want to be when you grow up? So I thought I would get him thinking about choices. And he looked across my desk, and I'll never forget it, kind of this look of bewilderment and anger. And I'm going to clean this one up for the audience, but he looked at me and he goes, hey, Mr. Dolan, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I started to think about it. And you're going to get bombarded. You're going to have to make choices over the next 4 years. But here's what I'm going to let you in on, a little secret. There are a lot of people out there in the audience, there are a lot of people watching on, live stream tonight, who want to help you, who want to love you, and they want to support you. Resist the temptation not to take their advice, their love, and their support. Resist the temptation to push them away, and at least listen to them. And I am going to ask them to help you out. To all you parents and grandparents and friends, thank you very much for coming. But could you do us a favor? Could you go home tonight, make a nice big sign, and put it right on the refrigerator, because I know that's the one place every teenager has to go. And put on that sign simply, September 1st, 2026. Because ladies and gentlemen, you can give me all of the rubrics and you can give me all of the data in the world. But here's what is the greatest judge of a community, of parents, the school district, and the local town. You're going to wake up September 1st, 2026. Where are you going to be? And if you see that every day on your refrigerator, if you have a dream, you can't lay in bed and hope it's going to happen. You got to get up. That's the other part of what we talked about with EI Pride. Get up, work hard, make your dreams become reality. And you have to make choices. I'll let you in on a little secret. There are very few places you can be on September 1st, 2026. Because remember, you graduate in June, then you have graduation parties, then you have going away parties for your friends who are going into the military or college. You can be in a barrack somewhere, you can be in your bedroom, working, or in trade school, community college, or you can be in a dormitory. Or, this is probably your last choice, you could be starting your 5th year of high school. You like that one, huh? But here's what you can do. Take a little time between now and the beginning of school next year and simply look in the mirror and say to yourself, did I do everything I could to do the best I could? Or what could I change? Because the nice thing about walking across the street, if you know the secret, and the secret is if you're the hardest worker with the biggest smile in every room you enter, you're going to be successful. But if maybe, just maybe, you made a bad choice or two in middle school, you can correct them over the summer and listen to the beautiful things that Mr. Brennan said to you that are possible over there. They can all be yours, but you can't do it alone. There are teachers, staff, your parents are going to put the sign on the refrigerator. Don't live your life too fast. Set goals, but set realistic goals. And honestly, when you wake up September 1st, 2026, if you open your eyes and you're happy, and you feel like you're where you want to be, and you're on your way to being whatever it is, a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker, it doesn't matter. If you're happy, then you've been successful in high school. And that means the combination of your family, the school, and the town have done their job, because that is our greatest test. There's a beautiful world out there. You can make a difference. You will make a difference. Work hard, make choices, make good choices, make the world around you a better place. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Thank you, Mr. Dolan. Ms. Henderson, please come to the podium to present the Excellence Award.
You gotta love when you follow the superintendent. All right, I have the tremendous honor of announcing this year's recipients of the East Islip Middle School's Awards for Academic Excellence. Riley Nolan and Sahil Patel, please come up and join me. Contrary to some people's beliefs, academic excellence is not just the ability to score high marks on tests or to be able to recite back to one's teacher the information that we have imparted on them. Academic excellence goes beyond these traits to include the ability to solve problems, the ability to cope with changing situations, and be able to adapt accordingly. These are the traits that show that a student is well equipped for their future endeavors. Academic excellence also involves a strong work ethic to achieve the desired outcomes of getting superior grades, as well as having a strong moral character, which leads one to become a role model for their peers. Both of these students exemplify this and so much more. Riley and Sahil, sorry, big font, I'm old. You have been chosen by the teachers of the East Islip Middle School because over the 3 years you have been here, you have shown that you have a drive to excel in all aspects of your education. Both in and out of the classroom, you have shown that you have what it takes to achieve every goal you set for yourself and to make your biggest dreams a reality. It has been a privilege to be your teacher. I will miss your kind-hearted souls, the beautiful smiles, and the thank you and goodbye. that I get every day. And I would be lying to say that if Ms. Esposito and I have thought on many occasions that we should just keep all of your work for future students and use your work as answer keys. I look forward to following you throughout your high school career to see all the incredible things you will continue to achieve. And I wish you both success, health, and happiness in your future. Congratulations on behalf of the administration and the entire faculty and staff.
Thank you, Ms. Henderson, and congratulations to Riley and Sahil. That is a wonderful honor. I now invite Ms. Monahan and Ms. Cherry to the podium, who are going to present the Character Award.
You all look fantastic. Congratulations, I'm very proud of you. Okay. It is my pleasure to present this year's Character Award to a young man who has distinguished himself from his peers. He consistently demonstrates respect, responsibility, and care for the staff, his peers, and the EIMS community. These qualities make him an asset to our school and community and will serve him well in future endeavors. Congratulations, best of luck, Tyler Seelig.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to present the Character Award to one of East Islip's finest. This award is given to a student who has demonstrated excellence in the 6 pillars of character, that being trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. I'm honored to speak about her not only as her former language teacher, but on behalf of our 8th grade teachers who have said the following. She comes to each of her classes with a beautiful smile on her face, setting the tone for a positive school climate, as well as a culture of kindness. She is a very respectful, compassionate, and outgoing young lady who is academically committed to her studies and always strives to perform her best. She is a well-rounded student and truly a pleasure to have in class. She has demonstrated and continues to demonstrate a love for learning the Italian language and culture. She is a hard-working and dedicated violinist who is an essential member of the East Islip Orchestra. She is a conscientious and competent young artist whose work always went above and beyond the set criteria. She's a role model and an astonishing example to her peers. In addition to setting high standards for herself, she is also very involved in the school community and demonstrates leadership as a member of the Girls Leaders Club and an active player of soccer, softball, volleyball, and a team captain for basketball. She does it all. In Italian, we simply would describe her as perfetta. We will miss seeing her smiling face next year. Again, it is my honor and with great pleasure that I present this well-deserved award to Jessica Lee.
Thank you, ladies. Congratulations, Jessica and Tyler. Good news is Mr. Croto is okay. He had a little hold up. He's coming, so we're going to save the Rocky Gilmore until he gets here. So this was going to be our final award tonight. It won't be. There will be one more after this later on in the ceremony. But at this time, I would ask Ms. Huther to come up. She's going to present the Wendy Rouse Citizenship Award.
No shout-outs for you. Good evening. It is my honor to once again introduce the recipients of the Wendy Rouse Award for this year. Since most of you did not have the pleasure of knowing Mrs. Rouse, I would like to take a moment to tell you a little bit about her. Mrs. Rouse was an English teacher here for many years and loved by all her students. She was everyone's favorite teacher, and rightfully so. Mrs. Rouse students were her world, and she made sure they knew that. She was the best friend anyone could ask for, and she was the most generous person we knew. She was intelligent, fierce, and had the most tremendous heart. One of her students said this about Mrs. Rouse after she passed away. Her smile was the type that everyone her smile was the type that everyone wanted to mimic. Her personality was the one that everyone adored and respected. Mrs. Rouse taught me to live life. She taught me to go and be myself and to never stop being myself. She told me that I was destined for many great things. Her student Victoria also reminded us that Mrs. Rouse's greatest lesson was to live, laugh, and love while we all have the chance. Mrs. Rouse had a way of making the people around her feel so appreciated and so loved, and the two students receiving this award tonight have qualities that remind us of Mrs. Rouse and how she made us feel. This year's deserving recipients of the Wendy Rouse Award are Rosalie Crow and Stephen Pudrick. If you two could please come up. The teachers of both these students would agree that they are every teacher's dream. These students treat everyone with respect and kindness. Rosa is in my second period Spanish class. She is such a hard worker. She puts care and so much effort into everything she does. She's a sweet young lady who always has a smile on her face, a great sense of humor, and a bit of fierceness, which I've seen recently and really enjoyed. I'm going to miss her tremendously next year, as will all her teachers. Mrs. Henderson and Mr. Esposito told me the following about Stephen. He works extremely hard, is organized, follows class routines, and works well with others. He leads by example on the field and off. He flourished as a leader on the football team and carried that into the classroom. He attends extra help when needed and aims to please his teachers. He is a big, strong teddy bear with the greatest smile. Congratulations, Rosalie and Stephen. You have made us all proud, and we know you will continue to do that in the years to come.
Thank you, Miss Yutha. Rosie! Stephen, congratulations. All right, I'm going to do something here, and they're going to be embarrassed by it, but I'm going to ask them to do it anyway. Kaylin and Landon, I need you to come back up to the podium with your plaques for a moment, please. Come on. Just indulge me. Of course, they're all the way in the back. This is very important. You're definitely going to want to kill me after this one. All right, so I need you to come stand right next to the podium. And I need you to look out at that blue light, hold up your plaque and smile and wave, because the live stream didn't catch you when you got your award. I could not have them on the live stream. Congratulations. Okay. So this is what we have all been waiting for. Ms. Bruno, Mr. Thornley, Ms. Meyer, I want to thank you for all of the time and effort you put in working with these lovely young ladies and gentlemen through their middle school journey. I'd like you to please join us now to introduce the students to our guests and dignitaries to congratulate them on their achievements. Now this is going to be a little weird how we're going to do this. I'm going to invite the dignitaries to please come up. Because of how we are alphabetically and how they're seated, we're going to have the students come up and actually fist pound or shake hands first, and then when they get to the podium, the names will be read. But it's what we kind of have to do to keep us in order. So this is what happens when we don't have a rehearsal ahead of time. But we'll make it work. So Mr. Ruland and Mr. Dorgan, please come join us up on the stage as well. Mr. Thorley and Mr. Seifert. And ladies, let's come up and start reading. Let's get it going.
as they're coming up, I just want to apologize in advance if we mess up anybody's names. You're going to give me your stop for a minute, because we worked really hard to practice your child's name, and they never tell us when we're saying it incorrectly. So we all have cards and cheat notes they're going to pass to us. Logan Yu. I didn't remember. That's right. I did Logan Yu.
Logan Yu. Carmen Ortega Osorio. Brianna Hernandez Garcia. Imani Fernandez. Joseph Ahmed.
Alyssa Albertelli. Adele Ali. Joseph Amabil. Carly Amato. Angelica Amaya. Brooke Andreessen. Nicholas Apicella. Dario Baega. Jake Barton. Logan Barton. Matthew Batista. Dylan Bayer. Eric Billerbeck. Emerson Black. Emma Blandino. Kira Block. Deanna Bogarowski. Ayana Bordes. Michaela Boyd. Thomas Buchan. Colin Carney. Taylor Calderero. Aaliyah Campbell. Julia Capers. Julia Carino. Jesse Carano. Michael Caratore. AJ Casso. Sophia Chalemi. Lexi Chaco. Amelia Sakali. Dominic Cirillo. Samaya Clark. Timothy Coakley. Angelina Codispoti. Michael Kalina. Lily Connolly. Jack Connors. Tyler Connors. Tommy Conway. Sophia Corso. Naya Cortez. Nicholas Costantini. Giuseppe Catone. Rosalie Crow. Valeska Cruz. Brian Chauvin. Alexa Culpepper. Nicholas Cusimano. Matthew D'Amico. Maya Dandona. Paige Janowski. Adonis De Los Santos Sanchez. Delaney Damasi. Alex DePinto. Nicholas DeSantis. Rocco DeStefano. Krista Deutsch. Kylie Dixon. Jack Dolson. Michael Donlin. James Downey. Marcus Duncan. Anubis, you're getting your time. Anubis Egan's Quintana. Liam Eichler. Catherine Elliott. Jelani Ellis. Brittany Encarnacion. Gregory Engblom. Jason Engel. James Arado. Maria Escobar Martinez. Jaden Ferriello. Leah Farley.
Patrick Gannon, Chloe Garatina, Kaylee Garatina, Emerson Gartland, Logan Golrap,
Leah Giordell, Matt Giannini, Blake Gilchrist, Kira Gilligan, Haley Glockstein, Aiden Godbout, Thomas Gomez, Ava Gonzalez, Ava Graffinito, Valentina Guadalupe, Nicole Gariba, Ibrahim Hamidou, Haley Hannigan, Jude Hardison, Mustafa Hydirian, Heather Heffernan, Gianna Houston, Benjamin Hillenbrand, Noah Hodge, Chase Burrell, Christian Maurice, Dylan Kordowski, Aiden Ayudani, Nicholas Granirio, Leah Irais, Julia Jarvis, Ethan Jensen, Aiden Johnson, Isaiah Johnson, Madison Johnson, Gavin Carney, Hunter Polo, Gianna Kovic, Ella Kraft, Michael Kraft, Stephanie Krasnoff, Juliana Kroll, Stephen Kubrick, Quentin Kuhn, Isabella Lavon, Evan Lavada, Ryan Lamaggia, Biagio LaPena, Jason Larry, Christopher Waller, Jessica Lee, Alexa Bernard, Isabella LaRue, Renee Lyles, Robert Lero, Vicky Lee, Shannon Lynn, Nicholas Lindstrom, Tegan Capriola, Dylan Longo, Kayla Lopez, Michael Orvis, Hassan Lupin, Sage Lyons, Jason Marr, Angel Mai, Alex Maney, Justin Manfredi, Allison Marva Ramon, Juliana Marchetti, Leanne Martin, Cameron McCarthy, Aiden Mahano, Vanessa McDonough, Aaron McLaughlin, Madison McNamee, Nico Myers, Grace McCauley, Aiden Junkel, Ava Michelli, Nicholas Malco, Kaylee Rose Missig, Gianna Monroy, Ryan Moore, Shannon Moore, Brendan Muller, Josu Murillo, Claire Murphy, Jeanette Navarre,
Lucas Newhoff, Jake Nieves, Hannah Nilsson, Tabitha Knock, Riley Nolan, Teague Nolan, Allison Nolasco, Joseph Nunez, Anya O'Boyle, Reagan O'Hara, Baden Offner, Ben Orellana, Anna McKenna Pierre Etienne, Carlos Baroa Rodriguez, Zeynep Ostas, Jake Panzella, Cole Parkin, Matthew Pasfield, Sahil Patel,
Sarah Peck, Natalia Perez, Julia Perry, Jason Portillo Brizuela, Olivia Primiano, Nicole Quincy, Ryan Ragusa, Ethan Raza, Mason Raza, Rebecca Renz, Angela Reyes, Julia Richardson, Orlando Rivera, Christopher Rizzo, Eric Rodriguez, Casey Ropiak, Catalina Rosales, Allison Rosati, Anderson Ross, Nino Russo, Matthew Saccone, David Sagastumi, Anthony Salmaron, Marilyn Salmaron, Kylie Sambo, Landon Sambo, Yanetza Sanchez, Daniela Sandler, Jacob Santerre, Edmund Schmalberger, Kyle Schober, Katie Scholl, Max Schwalm, Tyler Seelig, Samantha Sivan, Aubrey Shea, Alexander Silva, Jake Simmons, Danielle Simonetti, Edward Simonetti, Reese Sinkovich, Liliana Snyder, Kayla Stegner, Olivia Stepanenko, Gregory Stevens, Braden Strauss, Matthew Sundberg, Kaylin Talt, Timothy Tehan, Danica Tigridge, Sean Toger, Jaden Torres, Laquan Torres, Michael Tramolini, Aaron Trujillo, David Trujillo, Emily Ulrich, Destiny Vanderbeck, Turner Van Mostren, Reese Varani, Christopher Vasquez Garcia, Ashley Ventizello, Kate Vesalico, Alexandra Vittorio, Gabriella Viviano, Nicholas Walsh, Colin Weber, Reese Wills, Stephen Rinn, Chase Wolfton, Kiara Zeladon, Jeslyn Chavez Rubio, Kayla Varga.
Great job. All right, I hope it was worth the wait. At this time, I'm going to invite up Mr. Croto, who's going to present the Rocky Gilmore Award. Mr. Croto.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, before I present this award, it truly is very personal for me. The Rocky Gilmore Award is given out every year to one boy and one girl. and always a very difficult decision. A little bit about Mr. Gilmore. Mr. Gilmore was my wrestling coach here a long time ago. And as I drive here every year, I kind of think, what more can I say about Mr. Gilmore? I don't think people even know who he was. Mr. Gilmore was a physical education teacher here, and he passed at a young age in his early 40s. When I think back to physical education, Mr. Gilmore, he had a very big influence on me. So giving out the award is really special to me. When we used to walk into the back room, back at the Main Street School, Mr. Gilmore, who won the state wrestling title in high school at 118 pounds, he would wrestle each kid as we walked into class. Things have changed tremendously over the years. Here was this little man, I think in high school he wrestled 123 pounds. You would walk in your first day and he would wrestle no matter how big you are. He was awesome. He was also my wrestling coach. He was my brother's wrestling coach. And every year we have a wrestling tournament in his name. And the winners of this award are special to me. Mr. Gilmore made a difference in my life, and probably one of the reasons I became a physical education teacher, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people here tonight that teachers have made a big difference in their life. And the two people that were chosen tonight deserve a great round of applause, and I think they're awesome. Dylan Bayer. And Krista Deutsch, come on up. Congratulations. Good night.
Thank you, Mr. Crowder. Congratulations, Krista and Dylan. Okay, so in tonight's program, you'll see that we have many students who receive either a department award, an academic excellence award, or perhaps both. Mr. Seifert, please come to the podium to recognize those students who are our subject award recipients.
Subject awards. These awards are given to students who are deserving of recognition for demonstrating academic excellence in each subject area. When I call your name, please stand up to be recognized. Your award will be given to you tonight at the middle school. It'll be enclosed in your student packet that we will be distributing. First up is the English department. Mr. Fusa nominates Olivia Stepanenko. Mrs. Monahan nominates Madison Johnson. Mrs. Hirth nominates Kaylin Talt. From the math department, Mrs. Bloom nominates Hassan Lukman. Mrs. Dans recognizes Reese Sinkovich. Mr. Reynolds nominates Julia Perry. For the subject algebra, Mrs. Dans nominates Sahil Patel. Mr. Reynolds recognizes Angel Mai. In science, Mrs. DeSimone recognizes Isabella LaRue. Mr. Johnson nominates Ava Michelli. Mrs. Schlott nominates Danielle Simonetti. For the subject of living environment, Mrs. Schlott recognizes Riley Nolan. From our social studies department, Mrs. Henderson nominates Robert Lero. Mr. Kruder nominates Liam Eichler. Mr. Pearsall recognizes Jason Engel. In Spanish, Mrs. Stewart recognizes Devin Franklin. Mrs. Huther recognizes Hassan Lukman. In Italian, Mrs. Salubro recognizes Jessica Leak. Mrs. Sherian nominates Regan O'Hara. In French, Mrs. Poulis recognizes Ethan Jensen and Olivia Primiano. For chorus, Mrs. Falacara recognizes Kyla Lopez. In band, Mrs. Stevens nominates Brendan Muller and Leah Farley. In orchestra, Mrs. Odierna recognizes Zeynep Ostas. In general music, Mr. Robertson recognizes Ryan Ragusa. For technology, Mr. Kench recognizes Yanitza Sanchez. In the art department, Mrs. Meyer recognizes Danielle Simonetti and Vicki Lee. In the physical education department, Mr. Croto nominates Sophia Corso and Thomas Buchan. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Seifert. I would now like to ask Mr. Thorne to come to the podium and recognize those students for Academic Excellence Awards. Mr. Thorne.
Thank you, Mr. Brennan. At this time, we're going to acknowledge our Academic Excellence Awards. These awards are given to our students who have maintained an overall cumulative average of 95% or better for 10 consecutive quarters. When I call your name, please stand to be recognized and please remain standing. We ask that you hold your applause until we recognize all of the students. Adil Ali. You just stand. Everybody just stand. Please just stand when I call your name. Be recognized. Joseph Amabil. Dylan Bayer. Kiera Block. Thomas Bushan. Jesse Carano. Sophia Chilemi. Lexi Chaco. Timothy Coakley. Angelina Codispoti, Sophia Corso, Maya Dandona, Nicholas DeSantis, Krista Deutsch, James Downey, Liam Eichler, Catherine Elliott, Jason Engel, Jamie Fenn, Stephen Foray, Chloe Garatina, Kiara Gilligan, Haley Hannigan, Heather Heffernan, Aiden Irardi, Julia Jarvis, Christopher Lawler, Jessica Leak, Robert Lero, Vicky Lee, Nicholas Lindstrom, Jameson Marr, Angel Mai, Alex Maney, Brianne Martin, Grace McCallie, Brendan Muller, Riley Nolan, Amy O'Boyle, Reagan O'Hara, Zainab Ostas, Matthew Pasfel, Sahil Patel, Sarah Pep, Olivia Primiano, Allison Rosati, Antonino Russo, Landon Sambo, Daniela Sandler, Peyton Scholl, Tyler Seelig, Reese Sinkovich, Olivia Stepanenko, Braden Strauss, Kaylin Talt, Michael Tramolini, Reese Varani. Congratulations to our academic awardees.
Thank you, Mr. Thorne. Congratulations to all our award recipients. Another big round of applause. Before we conclude, this is for the parents, please note we will be walking the children over to the middle school for the after-party celebration. We're going to ask all the guests to remain in seats. The kids are going to be coming up the aisles as we bring them over. Students who are not attending the after-party, you can meet them in the high school main lobby right here. And also note, as Mr. Seifert said, that your students who got department awards get plaques. Those who got academic excellence get certificates. Those items, as well as the moving up certificate, will all be in envelopes the children will receive before leaving the middle school this evening. Anyone not going across for the celebration this evening can pick those packets up at any time after tonight in the guidance office. Students, although not a graduation, I'm going to conclude this evening's ceremony as I conclude all of my ceremonies, and that is leaving you with an old Irish blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Ladies and gentlemen, I officially declare you East Islip High School freshmen. Congratulations and make us proud. All right, students, one last time. That concludes our ceremony. Parents, have a wonderful evening. Students, we're going to bring you across the street.